All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Patch Notes podcast, your one-stop shop for esports news, gaming patch notes, and an occasional interview or two. I'm your host, Alex, aka Overlord, and I am joined again by my co-hosts, Goose, aka Nathan, aka Goose,
Hello.
and Braden, aka Psychotic.
What's up?
And we are joined today by a special guest, Mr. FadeLessHD himself. He is a Twitch streamer, a YouTuber, and a content creator for Valkyrie LLC. Fadeless, welcome to the podcast.
What's poppin'?
Not much, so let's get into the patch notes. So why don't you start
Um,
off by introducing yourself and kind of explaining what you do?
Me?
Yeah.
All right. I'm a jack of all trades. I do a little bit of YouTube here and there. I have two YouTube channels. One has like 4,000 subscribers with over 1 million views, and that one's just me, where I help out smaller artists who really haven't gotten their music out there really well. So I use their music and just put it up there and just help them. Whatever money I make from that automatically goes to them in some way, shape, or form. My other YouTube channel is just like a small one right now, just small like little gameplays and stuff. I stream on Twitch every single day, 6 p.m. Eastern, and we play a bunch of a lot of different titles. Lately, we've been doing a lot of Warframe, and honestly, last night was wild. I was playing, and we ended up getting raided by this one guy, Slip, and it was like a really big raid of like 111 people. So that was honestly insane to see. Um, yeah, besides that, it's just like I go college throughout the day, and then I get right onto my stream, and then back to college.
And for our viewers who don't necessarily know what a Twitch streamer does, could you explain that?
Okay, so a Twitch streamer is someone who actually, it could be explained in many different ways, but in my way, a Twitch streamer is someone who's really passionate about playing video games, but also um, trying to bring in the viewers to play the games with them. Not only that, but to also get the viewers to get their minds off of whatever they're going through throughout their day or anything, just to make their day a little bit better. And then on my Twitch stream, it's definitely updated a lot since the first time I started streaming. Um, the first time I started streaming, I started off with just a PlayStation, the PlayStation Connect. I don't really know what it's called. And then the chat box on the side when I streamed through my PlayStation. And now I'm using a $3,000 PC that my stream helped me get with my own money as well. And I'm using like 3 different monitors. It's just insane how crazy things have gone and where I am at now. Never would have thought I would be here.
Yeah, that seems like quite the crazy journey.
yeah.
So, as you mentioned, your first console, I believe, was your first console the PlayStation that you were streaming on?
Yeah. I actually played a little bit on Xbox 360 a long time ago, streamed a bit, but didn't get too crazy with it. And then when PlayStation 4 came out is when I started going into it. I've been a streamer for 3 years. However, the first 2 years I would only get like, 2 to 5 viewers. That's where everybody starts at and everything. And a lot of people get really discouraged when they only see that, and they don't understand that you're going to be at that for a long time. So if you are just going to get discouraged and you're only going to worry about viewership and everything else, you're not fit to be a streamer. Streaming's just like something that's just, automatically it's supposed to just make your day. It's just something you enjoy. To me, it's something that I just love, honestly, and it's just a really big hobby. Um, but yeah, this year I started taking it super serious, and since the last 9 months, I've streamed every single day except for like two because they were like family things I had to go to or something happened, but that was about it.
All right. If you mind, I'm gonna ask a question now. What is your end goal as a content creator?
I think everybody's end goal as a content creator is, to make it a full-time job eventually. Like right now, I'm in college and everything, um, streaming, one of the hardest things to actually make into a job, especially a full-time job, if that. So you always got to have a plan A before, streaming, which is plan B. And however, mine is a little bit different. What I want to be able to do is if I'm ever able to get partnered, I want to be able to help out the smaller streamers, but not just any smaller streamers. I want to be able to help out the ones who, really deserve it, the ones that are passionate about actually streaming and not ones that are just faking it till they make it, you know? And I just want to be able to help those people out who this would be something huge for them because I was right there where they are at. When I'm streaming, I don't like when people self promote, but I always let people, you know, ask questions about their stream. Like, hey, so I can't get my mixer to plug in to work for both things. How do I get my alerts on? All this stuff. I always help them out with that. And I even made a self promotion thing in my Discord so they're able to use that and talk to one another and support each other. Like I may not be one of the biggest content creators out there, but I definitely do try to do my best to get a lot of people in there. And like I said, if I'm ever able to get a partner, I'd definitely like to make a team on Twitch for just small streamers and able to get everybody together.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, that does sound like a very noble goal. So, what is your favorite video game to play on stream?
Dude, this is hard. Um, so I was watching a lot of Cold War today, bro, and Call of Duty's always been one of my favorite games. I mean, to stream. And lately, I started playing a lot of Warframe though. This game, I'm telling you, it's free and it's like one of the best games I've ever played. And I highly recommend it if you've never played it. It's mad fun, so much content, thousands of hours of stuff you can do, which is it's amazing. The really cool thing about Warframe as well is the community of Warframe is just fantastic. Everybody I've met through Warframe has been super nice, supportive, and just phenomenal. If that, and but if I had to pick, I'd probably have to say Call of Duty. I definitely have to go with Call of Duty just because I've streamed it way longer. But honestly, Warframe is definitely getting up there.
Yeah, Warframe is something that I've definitely been looking at lately as kind of a game that I might want to pick up. You know, I mean, so what have you noticed other than obviously the community and stuff?
Um, just everything about it. There's so much about it, so much to learn. Like my one guy was telling me, his name is Griefy. I met him through the stream. He's a mastery rank 29, which is the highest you can get right now. And you know, he came in, he saw I was a low level, and he's been helping me out. He's like, don't feel discouraged to use the wiki. And that means just don't feel bad if you got to look things up if you don't understand stuff because there's like hundreds and hundreds of different mods, different things that they do. There's different um weapons, different warframes, different everything, bro. And honestly, it's just an amazing game.
That does certainly sound like a fascinating game to play. So we talked a little bit about your first console, where you first started streaming, kind of how long you've been streaming, and especially considering your favorite video game being Call of Duty. What do you think of the new Cold War game? What do you think of the teasers that have been dropped thus far? Do you think it's going to do well? Do not so well? Like what are your predictions as far as the new Call of Duty?
Okay, so I think it's gonna do actually phenomenal. I think this is gonna be the one Call of Duty that's sort of like Modern Warfare, where when it sells copies, it's gonna be like the new head seller for Call of Duty, just because of the fact that it's gonna have zombies. It's gonna continue the Warzone aspect. It's gonna have the multiplayer. I was watching the multiplayer earlier today when I was watching Nick Merckx, and honestly, it looks phenomenal. Um, Only thing I'm not too sure about so far is how the kill streak work. They sort of carry over, is what I've sort of seen, and like you just get to the kills you got to get for it, and you can just call it in. It's sort of what I was seeing. So besides like the kill streak thing, everything just looks phenomenal. I've heard that it's going to be like Nvidia ready and everything, so that's even better. I got
Oh
that
yeah,
ready to go, and it's just gonna make
saw that.
everything's gonna be perfect, bro. This is gonna be like the Call of Duty to go to. A lot of people are saying it was just like playing Call of Duty Black Ops again, like the OG one, and like that makes me mad excited for this game.
Yeah, I know one thing that was kind of an issue for Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the one that we've just currently are in, is that it was a poor optimization. So it is, encouraging to hear that it's going to have some of those optimization features that I know a lot of people were looking for in COD but didn't necessarily get. What are your thoughts on the current state of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the one we've got now, like, and how Warzone has tried to balance things out with the weapon system?
Warzone has been iffy for me, to be honest with you. So the thing about Warzone is I loved it. I absolutely loved it. The beginning when it first came out, I was like top 100,000 in the world for a little bit, and I've stayed within the top 1% as well. But the only thing is, as the time has gone on, the skill-based matchmaking has definitely made a really big appearance, and I feel like that's just sort of, ruined the game a little bit because when I'm playing with my buddies, we all have over like a 1.4 KD just about, and it just makes everything a little bit more just not as fun because you're just going against people who are in that 1% bracket, and it's ridiculous sometimes. But that's you have those days where it goes well, and the days where it goes bad. But the Bruin, it got nerfed a little bit, which it definitely needed. It's still somewhat usable. The Keel seems to have turned into like the new main. But I still use like I use the Car 98 as a sniper. I'm really good with hit my shots with that, so I tend to use that. But yeah, no, definitely the Kilo has turned into a new main along with a few other weapons such as the Fin, I believe.
Interesting. Any thoughts on this, Psychotic?
Dude, honestly, Warzone, I've been playing Warzone for a little bit right now. I hate the time to kill in that game. I can't turn around quick enough to shoot back at someone. I honestly cannot.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like the time to
Warzone,
kill for those games
it makes
is
me so mad. And the guns are fine. It's just the recoil. There's none, and it makes it so easy to just tag your shots.
yeah. I think it is a leap, skip, and a jump away from games that we traditionally like to cover, kind of like Rainbow, where it's there's a recoil pattern. It's a bit difficult, but it is learnable in a sense.
All right. I actually have another question for you, Fade. What kind of obstacles have you had to overcome on your road to becoming a content creator?
There's definitely been a lot of obstacles. One of them being, a lot of streamers have really, really nice backgrounds or something. And, I'm in a storage room with like two desks that I just sort of put together. They're sort of like unbalanced and everything. And then like I have to put a green screen behind me, which doesn't like work all the time because I don't have lighting on both sides. So, like sometimes the thing doesn't look super well. That's one obstacle, but it's not anything like major. Um, I mean, as like other streamers, you just got to get used to, some days going well, some days going bad. You just got to make sure, you don't get in your head about it and you just, have a good time. You just keep doing you because you're just going to be playing. You may have like, let's say you usually average around 20 people and, you're on a day where you're at like 15 or 12. You never know. In like one instance, somebody could just raid you. And so if you just end up getting off, instead of just staying on, just keep doing your thing. You never know what could happen. And like I witnessed that yesterday. Like I was just chilling. The chat wasn't going like crazy or anything. We had like 15 people in there, and then all of a sudden just got slapped by like a 100 plus rate. And like you just never know what's gonna happen, man. You just gotta, keep going and just keep doing what you love. And another obstacle has definitely been whenever it comes to streaming, just whatever's going outside the stream, don't bring it to the stream. You just got to keep going and keep it up. The reason I've been going so hard with stream is just because it's something I absolutely love, and so like streaming every single day has definitely taken a little bit of a toll on me, but in the long end, it's definitely been worth it because just in 3 months, I've grown over like 600, 700 followers, which is insane.
On which
Yeah,
game would you say you built a majority of that audience?
Well, when I first started building a bit of audience, it was totally due to Roblox, which was insane. One of my viewers was like, "Hey Dom, could you, play some Roblox?" And I was like, "You know what? I'll give it a shot." So I started playing that, and we started just, getting viewers coming in and a lot of other stuff. And a lot of the viewers were just saying like, "You're the first streamer that we've come to who's let us play games with you." Who's done giveaways and actually gave the stuff away and like all this other stuff. And that actually reads a chat. And I just sort of figured a lot of streamers would automatically do stuff like that, like automatically read the chat because, viewers are like, the most important thing about being a streamer. and you want to keep them entertained. You want to make sure you're talking to them and not just not caring about anything. But I definitely say Roblox and Brawlhalla a little bit. The thing I did to start growing a little bit is I got sort of smart with it, and I made myself my own analytic sheet on my whiteboard where I just like write down everything. And I always go into Twitch. I look at some games that may or may not have like a lot of people in it, and I see what our average number of people is, and I'd see where we'd be placed in that game. And it works, and then I'm also able to gain new viewers. I'm also able to make new friendships and also have a really good time. Like whenever I'm playing games, I always make sure that I'm also going to have somewhat of a good time with the game, just because that's also important to you know you got to be passionate about what you're doing, or it's nobody's going to have fun.
Yeah. Like, I'm like happy with like any amount of views that I have on a stream. Like if it's either like, just like 3 or 4, I can look at everyone
Exactly.
and I can talk to everyone. When you're playing a game like Rainbow where it requires so much attention to the game, it makes it really hard to look back and forth to read people's comments on your stream when there's a bunch of them and manage to keep up with all those comments because all your attention is directed into the game.
100%.
And
And like
yeah. Continue.
that's happened to me a lot. Like when I'm playing Brawlhalla or like Warzone, I gotta be paying attention, because in Warzone, you gotta keep you gotta know your surroundings. You gotta know what's going on. If I'm not paying attention, I'm reading my chat. Brenner starts calling me a dickhead. If I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, I get yelled at by my teammates, stuff like that. So you just always got to make sure you're staying on everything all at once. And what a lot of people don't understand is it can be very difficult to do. You're basically triple tasking. You're making sure you're entertaining. You're making sure you're playing the game, and you're also making sure to look at chat and see if anything important is going on. But yeah, no, continue, Overload.
Yeah, so something you mentioned is just trying to keep your audience engaged and trying to make sure that everybody's voice is being heard. Is there any advice you have for small streamers out there who are kind of looking to take their stream to the next level?
Yeah, no, there's a lot of things I would definitely say. I'd still count myself as a smaller streamer. I'm definitely not like a crazy streamer or anything, but um, just some big pointers I could give to a lot of other people who may just be starting out, or maybe at the spot where I was with like 1 to 5 viewers for a long time, is don't play Call of Duty. You've probably heard this 1,000 times. Don't play saturated games. It's real. Like, just don't play games that are lower in viewership. Like games that are somewhere from like maybe max out at 10,000, lowest maybe like 500. So you're still able to that'll make your stream get seen way easier than what it would be in like Call of Duty or any of those other games, and that would definitely help you build a community. So let's say you're playing Roblox, you go from like 5 to 10, and you start averaging 10 people. And then you go into a game that's a little bit bigger than Roblox. You're already averaging 10 people. So that's going to put you above like 50% of the people in that game that you're going in now. And then you start averaging around 15. Now you're averaging around 15 now because you were averaging 10 due to Roblox. So you just got to start stacking games on that will help you get to the bigger games, to where you'll just keep getting more and more people. You also do got to build somewhat of a friendship with a lot of your viewers. Like that's going to be a reason they're going to come back, is because you've had some one-on-one conversations with them. You show them like you actually are interested in what's going on. You listen to them, and just like stuff like that. But also a big thing I want to talk about is I hate the people that come in and like I don't try to ever be mean, but I've had individuals come into my stream who will come into the Discord, because I let people into the Discord a lot, and they just start talking about how they're streaming and stuff. Like, okay, that's cool. And then they're like, yo, like I only have like 0 or 1 viewers, and uh, they just start talking about stuff like that. And it's like I get it, man, but like I've also worked really, really hard to get where I am, and just telling like other people's streams that you only have like 1 or 2 viewers and just stuff like that. It's just like I don't know. To me, it's annoying, and it's just not the route to go. It just makes you look really, really bad. It makes you look like you're just trying to just take people and stuff like that. I don't know if that makes sense, but like that's
Yeah,
stuff that like
yeah,
agitates me a lot. And it's
yeah.
like I've met so many nice people who have like 3 to 5 people who don't do the same stuff that these other people are doing. Like
Yeah, it's kind of like trying to take the easy way out when it comes to streaming.
yep.
Just trying to get your name out there in the wrong way.
In like a pitiful way. And
Yeah,
like
when
meanwhile, I'm
really,
being nice and letting them into the Discord, letting them play the game and everything, and having a good time. And like I already have like the self promotion section and everything, and them still coming in. Like last night, I got raided, and I had a guy come in. I wasn't mad at him. He's new to the stream, and he was like just talking about how he only had like he's like it must be nice. I only have like 1 viewer, and I was like, everybody starts off there, bro. I got a little sassy, but like it's just like I don't know. Sometimes when I hear stuff like that, it just sort of ticks me off a little bit.
Now, you kind of talked about like community building and trying to make sure that you build a friendship with almost every viewer that comes in your stream. And I've certainly the first time I popped into your stream, I thought this guy is doing a fantastic job of interacting with his viewers, making sure that everybody's feeling at home, kind of welcome, in a good space to watch and enjoy the entertainment that you're producing. But would you say that there is the key to helping retain viewers across different games and different mediums?
Oh, definitely. You're not gonna the only way to become like a big streamer is one, you either get wickedly great at a game and you start winning tournaments or some crazy shit. The other one, you gotta work really, really, really hard. Like I'm not really good at like just some set game. I just tend to play a lot of different games. But if you're a smaller streamer, you definitely got to connect with your viewers and talk to them a lot and build somewhat of a friendship with them. Just because that's what's gonna bring them back in is because like they know you, they want to talk to you a little bit more about like certain things. And yes, it's a lot to remember, a lot to know. You got to remember like stuff they talked about. You gotta look at some of the stuff they send you. Like I have a few people who send me clips. They always want me to look at that and um, see how they did. Some people send me videos. I'll make sure to check them out when I get free time and stuff like that. And that's definitely going to keep them coming into the stream. Like I have people who came in from Roblox who stayed throughout the whole thing just because they built friendships in the stream, because they still talk to me about a few things, and because um, they say I'm a little bit different is because like I'm one of the few streamers who actually takes the time out of my day to like talk to them, see how they're doing. Some of my viewers have told me that they've gone through a lot of stuff, and I've sat through there and I've helped them through a lot of things.
yeah, it amazes me when bigger streamers actually like remember some of these people in the chat. Like welcoming them back and everything. It's like, man, like you have like that many viewers and you could still remember this one person that comes into your stream. That always shocks me when I see that.
Yeah, see, what I do is every time someone new comes in or just like anyone at all, I always make everybody like somewhat of a nickname. So like I see their big ass name and I need to stop swearing, but I see their names and I just sort of like make it something smaller. So like um this one guy named Kadari, I just call him KD. I think when Overlord came out, I called him like I just called him Overlord, and like I just shorten like people's names a little bit, and then it helps me remember them a little bit as well.
Yeah, Overlord has the unfortunate happening that his name cannot be shortened, and it's awful.
That is certainly one of the pitfalls of my chosen username. So you kind of talked about this, and you talk about wanting to build if you eventually got partnered, building this kind of stream team for these smaller streamers. Are there any larger streamers that you kind of see as role models or somebody to aspire to be?
Oh, 100%. Whenever I'm doing college work or anything, I do watch, some of my buddies. I watch some other smaller streamers, and I definitely try to watch some of my viewers' streams as well. But usually I do make sure to always watch Nick Merckx. He's been a really big inspiration to me since Fortnite days, honestly. And I used to watch him while I was in like classes. And honestly, he's grown so much since then. It's just insane. And he just brings out his own vibe. And that's something I like about it is he makes everybody just laugh. He does his own thing. He doesn't care about the money. He doesn't care about the clout or anything at all. He just enjoys playing the game, enjoys making everybody laugh. And you can see it with how he just does everything. And so he's a huge inspiration to me, and I definitely want to be able to do some of the same thing. So like that's why in my streams sometimes I bring somewhat of a similar vibe from Nick Merckx, and yeah, I just sort of mash it with my own. And like that's why I'm always like I may act dumb sometimes and just mess around and just have a good time, just to get people to laugh a little bit. Because when I first started streaming, I always wanted to be able to at least get people's get them out of their heads a little bit, get them to stop thinking about something, even if it's for like a few seconds, just a laugh or see me do something stupid. And I've been able to do that a few times successfully, and that's huge for me. That's definitely a one small goal I definitely wanted to accomplish.
Yeah, and I definitely think that's something we see happening a lot more, and something we need to see happening a lot more is people who are going out there not for the viewers, not for the money, not for the the fame or the clout that comes from it, but just for like trying to improve people's days and trying to make sure that everybody's doing all right and kind of taking them out of their headspace for a second. And you know what? I think that is an amazing message to kind of try and put out there. So you kind of mentioned you've had some difficulties in the past. Was there any point that you felt like giving up where you were seriously considering, would this work out for me?
Uh 100%, bro. There's been like a few days where I had just so much stress going on from college and like so much other stuff. And sometimes a few hours before the streams, I just like, I don't know about today. But as soon as I turn on the stream, bro, everything just changes. Like I go into like my own world. I don't know how to explain it, bro, but it's just like I go into my own place, man. And it's something that just changes everything. My mood is different. I'm having a good time. I'm laughing. Um, I'm not thinking about anything. I'm just thinking about the game, having fun with my buddies, and then like as soon as I look at the clock, that the time's just gone. And every day, um, I have a calendar on my whiteboard, and every day I write down, the followers we get to. So every day I like to try and work harder and to achieve, something better than I did the month before. Like I'm super competitive, so I bring that with me to everything. I always try to do my best with everything, and it definitely be number one. It's I'm shooting for it. We're gonna get there one day, but that's definitely something I love to bring to the table.
All right, interesting. Any thoughts from you guys, Goose or Psychotic?
No, I just think it's amazing how he organizes his streams and tries to connect with people and doesn't really worry too much about anything.
Yeah, I feel when it comes to streaming, you gotta be comfortable with what you're doing and like how you're doing things.
It's been pretty hard. When I first started streaming, I used to be like super nervous to talk in front of people, to talk to people in general. Streaming has definitely helped me with just talking to people, and that's been huge for me. And I don't know, like without streaming, I don't know where I'd be. I'd definitely be really bad at talking. I wouldn't know how to just address certain things. And I just feel like everything I've done has definitely made me mature up a little bit more and just think about things a little bit differently.
Yeah.
I think that is something that everyone is kind of I mean, I once streamed on Twitch myself. I've since then kind of focused on other aspects, but it is sometimes hard to get through those days where it's like you're barely you're slogging through it. Something outside the stream was kind of really mentally bogging you down. I've definitely kind of been in that position before. So I wanted to take a little bit kind of shift topics here. So you are a part of Valkyrie LLC, which is a professional esports organization as well as a content creation organization. When were you initially approached by Valkyrie?
Actually, I wasn't approached by Valkyrie. I actually went to them. I was, adding some people on Twitter when I first made it. I was just following a few people who made, similar content as I was doing and were somewhat smaller streamers. And when I was going through people, I found this one person from Valkyrie. And so I clicked on their thing. I clicked on the Valkyrie at, and I shot them a message. I shot my shot, and I was like, "Hey, so I play Warzone. I have 40 plus wins at the time. It was pretty good. My stats were pretty high, and I was like, I only get 5 to 7 people in my streams, and this was 4 or 5 months ago, and they gave me a shot. I was talking to Genesis the other day, who's the leader. Um, he said I was one of his best, decisions. He said they weren't gonna, they weren't gonna pick up any more people, especially like some smaller content creators, and they gave me a shot, and I worked really really hard because I wanted to show them what I was capable of, what I could do, and I definitely want to be able to help out Valkyrie. They're one of the few esports teams that the leaders actually care about. A lot of the other players, they come into our streams. They will subscribe. They'll see how you're doing. They'll play games with you, and they do that with everybody else. And the leader even got me like 2 shirts that has like the Valkyrie logo on it and everything. And that I've never had that. My past esports teams, it was always hit or miss. They weren't very organized or anything. So this is like the first real esports team I've been a part of, and they recently won the ESEA Championship for Rainbow Six, which was honestly insane. That brought everybody together more than ever, and it was just a huge. It felt like winning a Super Bowl, bro. Not gonna lie, and it was just amazing.
That does sound particularly crazy, and I think I know of a couple other gaming organizations who also participate in ESA as kind of I wouldn't say necessarily T2 because T2 is a challenger league, but that is certainly a significant award to win, especially in a tournament with that much prestige. So
I
how
think
yeah,
Homeland's there, and you've
Homeland
casted
is also
for
there.
Homeland before.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I do believe I have
Yeah,
casted for
yeah.
Homeland
It was
before.
it was Valkyrie versus Homelands, and a lot of people thought Homelands was gonna take it, and I stuck with Valkyrie. I knew they were gonna pick it up. I knew what they were gonna do, and that they showed up.
Yeah, I certainly believe it. Homeland, from what I've seen and the stuff that I've casted, has certainly been a formidable opponent as far as Siege goes. And, props to Valkyrie for really kind of bringing home the win, especially in ESA, which, like I said, is such a prestigious league to be a part of.
Hmm.
So you kind of mentioned that you had approached Valkyrie and kind of, applied. Would you recommend to other maybe smaller streamers or just other content creators in general, that they should seek out an org and maybe, shoot their shot, as you said, and kind of really like put themselves out there to try and find an org that fits just right for them?
I've done this to a lot of my viewers. I've definitely told them to try to find other content creators, try to find other organizations, other things. And I've also had a few people come to me saying they want to start their own organization. And I even tried to make my own org at once. It was very difficult. And I've had a few people come to me and they've said like, it's becoming successful for them. They're getting people, everything's going well. And that's honestly amazing to hear. And I'm really happy for them because not only does it help you build your streams and helps you help out another individual, you also build friendships, you build acquaintances, and you build like a huge community of just people of like-minded individuals like yourself, and you build a family in the end, and some that just lasts forever, man.
Yeah, you know what? I cannot, kind of go along with you and encourage enough that people, try and find other like-minded people because building communities to me is what being a gamer is all about. And I think, Goose and Psychotic can back me up on this, that it is really all about the community.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, because if you're by yourself, it's just gonna get boring.
I
Yeah,
was
no,
gonna
just memories you can make with everybody can just be phenomenal by itself.
Especially in such a multiplayer kind of thing. Everybody always needs a squad to kind of work with. So I saw recently on Twitter that you had set up some of your own merch. What was that like going through for the first time and kind of thinking about, I'm actually going to be branding myself and putting my logo out there? Like, what were your initial thoughts when you were setting up, merch and looking at like, how this company over this company, what kind of logo do I want? What was the thought process there?
Well, I went to my buddy Genesis, and he helped me out with finding a company. He was like, "This is a really good company. They sell their clothing pretty cheap, but also the quality is still really well." And like you gotta be you gotta understand your viewers and where they're at. A lot of my viewers are like anywhere from maybe like 24 to, from like 14 to 24, I'd say. And you got to understand some of them might not have a lot of money. So like that's why I definitely went with innovative gear. The sweatshirts go for like $35. The shirts are 25 and the mask is like $10. So it's like not very expensive at all. And I think shipping just is like an extra $10. And a lot of my viewers are from the UK and a few of them have already bought stuff as well. And they said they were very surprised that it only came to like 50 pounds for like a sweatshirt with the shipping all the way to the UK, which was honestly great to hear. And I was ecstatic when I launched my merch. Like I couldn't believe it. I was showing my family. I'm the first one in my family to have ever like made their own merch, to be a Twitch streamer, to be making money actually playing video games. And it's just honestly insane, bro. Never thought I would be here. I've said that a lot, but I'm just very thankful for where I am. And I remember like 3 years ago, this one guy came into my stream. I was playing some random game, and somebody donated me $1, and like to me that was huge. Like I ran out of my room and I told my mom, I was like, "Yo, I just got $1 from just playing a video game, just doing my thing." And to me that was huge. And I don't know. I just sort of carried that passion and love with just everything with me.
So you kind of talked about being the first one in your family to kind of work on content creation, and especially being a Twitch streamer as like a viable source of income. What were your family's initial thoughts? Have they been supportive of the whole process? Have they been working with you every step of the way?
Uh, it's hit or miss. At the moment, I'm living with my grandma because the college I go to doesn't have dorms. It's just like a community college. I'm saving a lot of money just going to a community college first, then gonna go to university. But um, see, a lot of my family, some of them are okay with it. Some of them are just like, you should just get a normal job. They don't really understand like the whole Twitch thing, or that I can actually make money while playing video games, stuff like that. And yes, I may only make like 100 to 300 a month. Um, but like, that's still crazy just being able to make money just by
It's
playing
it's
video
not
games.
nothing.
And yeah, exactly. And they don't understand that. And there's not a lot of places I can really go right now to get a job anyway, because my college classes throughout the day take up so much time, and then I gotta study, then I gotta do homework, and then by the time I get done, I'm just about to get ready for my stream, and then I do that. And there's really nothing else that can work with that type of schedule. And my hope is if I just keep up this work I have going, one day I might be able to make this into a full job. And if I'm ever able to do that, that would be honestly just a dream come true. And I definitely want to, do big like types of things like giveaways, like small things that I could just do to make a lot of people happy and just make their days. And one day in the future, I'd definitely like to give back to my viewers in some way, shape, or form. I've already done like small giveaways, like I talked about, like a few $10 cards, or like when I used to play Fortnite, I'd give away a few season passes. But I definitely like to do a little bit more in the future when I get more money.
You know what? That is certainly such an aspirational goal. I mean, it's kind of crazy, about how positive you are in spreading that message and just making sure that everybody, kind of, feels welcome and feels involved in that community that you've kind of built for yourself. And you mentioned a lot earlier when we were still talking about Warframe and how much you've been playing it lately. you talked about, finding somebody who was already in your stream who happened to play Warframe and was like, hey, if you want some pointers, I can, I can spot you, I can help you out. Have you found that, because of you building up an existing community, that you'll find a lot of help and support from people who are already there if you move into a game that, say, they really love and enjoy playing?
Yeah, no, it definitely builds the friendship even more as well. And whenever you're also playing a game, like no matter what it is, you're always gonna have somebody that has somewhat of an inspiration to it and that they actually enjoy it, and it just brings their true colors out. And I love seeing people at their like just at their happiest. And I love the fact where I'm able to somehow make some of these people's days. Like I've had people like message me after stream and just say like thank you for doing this or that. And it's like to me, I don't really see it. I'm just like doing my thing, doing everything, and a lot of people just say thank you, and it's crazy. I'm just glad I'm actually able to make somewhat of a difference in a lot of these kids' life and some of these people's lives as well. But yeah, going back to that, yeah, playing like any game and then being able to play with like people who have been there for a while, and they're very informative with everything that with that game can definitely help out a lot too. Because like I said, not only are you building that friendship with them, you're also um, just having a good time, and there's nothing better than that.
You know what? And as we are wrapping up here, I'm going to turn things over to Goose and Psychotic. Any more questions for Fade?
No, he answered everything real well.
What about you, Psychotic? You good?
Sorry. Yep.
Yep, you're good. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Patch Notes Podcast. Our special guest today was FadeLessHD. You can find him at twitch.tv/FadeLessHD and at FadeLessHD on Twitter. Thank you all so much for watching, and hopefully for next week we will have an in-depth look at Ubisoft Forward event. Thank you all, and goodbye.